Morning. Hey everyone, welcome to the Camppatton Family Compound. It's time for the Monday night Fireside chat, and tonight's topic, well, it may be a little bit sensitive for some of you. Hand out, hand up, or empty hand. So I'm kind of surprised at the number of people I sent it out to and put where I posted it. I expect to have several people coming up here, but we can get to it here in a second. I'll post the link here for anybody that wants to come up here. But first, I'm going to say hi to everybody out there, starting with Uncle Al. Came in at a little after 5 my time, which is a little over an hour, not quite an hour ago. Then Alicia came in. Super Scouts lurking while driving. Okay, yeah, you can listen. Don't worry about reading the chat. Brenda Duncan 1900 Homestead came in. Steph at Idaho Garden Girl came in. Teresa at Stringfield Ridge Farm came in. Ginger Ninja's here. Where to Begin Homestead is here. Just trying to keep track. And everyone's talking and the stream's just going fast. Chipper 66 is here. And Shady Hill Homestead is here. And make sure Keith Cronk came in. And thanks, Keith, for reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up button. Help me out with the YouTube's analytics. And let's see. Green Granny, Denise, hey, welcome. Excuse me. Sorry. Courtney's here, White Family Farm. Hey, Courtney. And it just jumped a bunch. Grammy Karen is here. Did I miss anybody else? Rebel Canners. Tammy's in the house. Hey. Jay's in the house as well. I'm having to scroll back up because it jumped way down there when I got near it. Okay, so got that. Make sure I'm not missing anybody here. Aiden Ear is in the house from across the pond. Barry at Storms, Radios, and Cats is here. And let's see, anybody else? It's the Marshmallow Man. Hey, Lewis, how's it going? All righty. And what's funny is, I bring it up. I bring up YouTube over here for Gray Man Prepping and Camppatton Family Compound. Well, on Gray Man Prepping, it's got an ad playing, and it's got 29 minutes left in that ad. Now, normally what I would do, folks, if something like that's happened, I'll let the ad play. I'll just go up, right-click on the tab, and where it says duplicate the tab. And then if another ad comes up, I'll just skip it and leave the original on playing. But, hey, that's just me. That's just the way I like to give help out there that way. All righty. So, tonight, let me go ahead and drop it in here for those of you that didn't get it. Any channel member is welcome to come on up here and share their feelings on this subject. And, speaking of channel members, let me go ahead and run the channel members here for you so you can see who all the channel members are.
This ain't Camp Crystal Lake. We have fun here.
All right. So those are the members. And of course, now I got to add Gardner Josh to it because he was gifted a 1-month membership from Gear Grinding 19. And Gear Grinding threw another one out there. If someone wants to claim it, you can claim it and become a member for a month. And if you like it, become it. It looks like Courtney grabbed it. Woo! So yeah, we got I got a whole bunch of fun emojis there. Now, some of you are looking at some of those emojis. You may see the witch flying and the Camp Crystal Lake sign and stuff. Hey, Camppatton camp, all right. And Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year. So, boom. And we got horse fan Katie just is a new member. All righty, woohoo! There we go. So we got new member there. All righty, welcome. Okay, so that means I'm going to have to go back in and update the member list for next Monday. All righty, so let's. King Poopa just came in the house, and who else was around in here? I saw someone else come in here. Hugo Homestead, CB is in the house. Gardner Josh, of course, grabbed the first member pop up there from Gear Grinding. Going back up and see if who else I missed up there. Okay, so all right, got a lot of members in here now, and for you wondering, the members have either have the Camppatton logo on there with the state of Idaho and CFC, or they got the marshmallow stick roasting a marshmallow. Those have been here a little bit longer. So those are the ones we got there. So, it's Marshmallow Man. Must have joined too. Wow, okay. Or do I see on there before? I'm not sure. I gotta go back and check. I'm just excited that everybody's coming in here, and I'm going to be throwing out some more members only YouTube, members only videos this week. And question, not yet. My daughter has the Disney Channel across the street. But we've been keeping all the grandkids over here because she had her knee surgery and she's on her medications and stuff and having a hard time getting around. So we've been trying to give her as much time by ourselves, and then keeping the grandsons over here as much as possible. My wife just finished making dinner, or she's finished making dinner to take across there. Chili beef casserole. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. And Kaylin's in the house now. Corn-fed life. Hey, how's it going? All right, so let me get over and get this ball rolling, and let me throw the link down in here again for anyone that wants to come up. And that's funny. I'm just looking at the last letters of the link there. It almost spells my older brother's name, Kevin. Yeah. The Disney account they're using over there is a friend of theirs that let them use one of their accounts, one of their 6 on their computer over there for the kids over there. So, all righty, so froze. Let's get over here to this. All right, hand out, hand up, or empty hand. Some of you may take exception with this. Some of you may go, oh, that's enlightening. So let's go to the first slide here. Hugh Jackman has this popularized, and he said it several times. Giving people a hand up, not a handout, is the way forward. All right. And one of the things there is, a hand up helps a person grow. A handout keeps them down, because a handout keeps them dependent on you. The old saying, teach a man, give a man a fish, he will have dinner. Teach a man to fish, he will have dinner for the rest of his life. All right? So, and if I, oh, by the way, yes, if I ever win the super lotto and stuff and make enough money on it where I can then turn around and invest, do some day trading and buy Disney, guess what's going to change at Disney? You'll all love it. All right. Anyways, get back to this because I saw someone saying about no Disney for them. All right. So this is a good point. This has been a point put out quite a bit about, helping people up and not just making them dependent on you or dependent on the system, the welfare system, by making them dependent on those free handouts and not teaching them how to get a job and to improve themselves. So a hand up is definitely better in my book. And I love this one. When charity is the mandate of God, it shall not be given. Let that one sink in for a minute. And so I remember this from years and years ago. And so that's one of the things is if someone says, well, you owe me this. No, I don't owe you that. And because you're demanding it, you ain't going to get any. All righty. So those are the ones I've had there. So now, and Uncle Al says they get Uncle Al's ration: dried beans, salt pork, and real hardtack. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Jay says teaching is feared by the government. They don't have power over the people anymore. And okay, clarification. It's not feared by the government. It's feared by, let me get this correct here. It's feared by professional politicians in the government who know they'll lose their job, who think that they are overlords because, hey, they got elected to a government position, and they seem to forget the government positions that they're all elected to is called a servant. They are a public servant. Not a public leader. They're not elected as our leaders. They're elected as our servants to do the will of the people. And see, CB, exactly right. Teaching budgets is a good thing. Back when I was in high school, they actually had part of the home ec class of budgeting. And then after I was out, a few years later, some of my nieces and nephews were in there saying, for the guys, they were having the guys go in for a budgeting, take part of the budgeting class to learn how to manage a checkbook, credit cards, and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, those classes went away because, hey, they were keeping those people self-sufficient and not making them in debt to the system. Yeah, because I know some good people in government who love to teach everything, get all the information out there. Hey, that was my job in government, was to get all the information out there to keep people self-sufficient. So, what are your guys' thoughts on this? On get back here, on handout, hand up, or empty hand? And for me, the empty hand is when somebody demands it. If somebody says, hey, I need help if someone needs help getting back on their feet, I will try to help them. It may not be monetarily. I may be, pulling in strings and favors or lining them up with a job somewhere, but I'll try to help them. Yeah, Barry, most of the governments. And so though a lot of you have heard my comments on the two main parties in the government. You have the demon rats, which are professional politicians, Pelosi, Feinstein, Captain Crazy. And then you have the Robbykins, which are also professional politicians on the other side of the aisle. Hey, Skinner Farms, how's it going? So, yeah, if they're a professional politician, if they've been in politics more than 10 years, they're a professional politician in my book. Because, hey, the president can only be in for 2 terms on his own, and if he happens to pick up 2 years off of the previous guy's one, that's it. But any more than 10 years, they're a professional politician, and they need to get out. All right, let's see here. I comment, and everything's just jumping up there. Yeah, exactly. I'm here to help. What most people don't know is, and back when Ronald Reagan was governor of California, he tried to revamp the welfare system of the state of California along the lines of the welfare system of the LDS Church or the Mormon Church. And there was such backlash because on that welfare system, if you can work, they will put you to work doing something, whether it's in one of the food warehouses, out on one of the farms, whatever it is, they'll put you to work if you're able to work. They'll also help find you a job. And a lot of people didn't like that. Well, why should we find them jobs? And say, well, simply because to get them off the payroll, off the dole system. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm trying to catch up on comments here. I know there were some good ones made in there. Okay, here's the one. Alicia, I feel you. My oldest grandson, 7, is on the spectrum. Number 2 is a bit on the spectrum, but he's really high functioning. But he's just, it's like you say, rabbit, and he goes, and he gets totally distracted and goes off and can't keep his mind on anything. Number 3 and 4 have speech development problems. Today we took 3 of them in for speech therapy in Idaho Falls. Let me catch back up here. I know this thing's just flying by, and it jumped there a bunch. Okay. Oh, the youngest of the 2-person job. Yeah. Exactly. Eli, he gets out there and he runs around the yard and stuff. He goes over to the irrigation. That's why I put all the irrigation ditch on both properties into pipe. And I have pump stations where I can pump it out. Because he just go see the water, just go walking right off into it. Boom. And it was full, flowing fast, and he stepped off into it, and it started taking him, and we were able to grab him before he got too far. But hey, next time we went out there and tried it again. But my opinion, I see all these people, and having been from California in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I worked for a while before 9/11. I had done some time for private security around Berkeley and around the Contra Costa county seat and different places. And there are several different classes of panhandlers. There are those that are froze. There are some that are all right. I'm trying to go. I'm going to be bouncing around different stuff. There are your drug dealers and stuff who got hooked on drugs and are just trying to get money for their next fix. Then there are your alcoholics who can't hold a job down because they're addicted to alcohol. They're trying to get their next drink. There are those that are suffering from some sort of traumatic event in their life, whether it's PTSD from the military or something else that basically they have sort of like a, what's wrong with it? Claustrophobia of being indoors, whatever the actual fear of being indoors is, and they've got to stay outdoors. One of the guys I worked with down in downtown Martinez, the county seat of Contra Costa, the guy had two big hand trucks, and he had all his belongings strapped together between them. And he was not your typical homeless person. He could not stand to be indoors more than an hour. He would work for stuff. He goes, you got something I can do, cleaning up, whatever. And a lot of the people that own businesses downtown hired him to do odd jobs now and then. Some of them would even pay for him to go. I forget where they were sending him to, where he could go take a shower, get cleaned up, get a shave and a haircut, and get cleaned up and go. Someone would pay for him to go to the laundromat to be able to wash his clothes, and he'd come back and do odd jobs for them and stuff. Really nice guy. He would literally give you the shirt off his back if he thought he was helping you. But he was homeless. He did not want a home. He could not stand to be indoors longer than an hour. Yeah, and they're the other ones. And this is especially bad in the San Francisco Bay Area. You have professional beggars. And some of these guys we caught and arrested. What they do is they go acting, either they're dressed up in a suit. Someone stole my wallet. I need money to ride BART home, the Bay Area Rapid Transit System. And they get, $5, $10 from people all the time, all day long. I mean, they were making, like $100, $200 an hour. Hey, I lost my wallet. I need money, because they're in a suit. Oh, they're trustworthy. I'll give them $10 so they can go get home and get stuff taken care of. And we'd find some of these guys and we'd videotape them, panhandling. We'd get the local police down there in plain clothes and have them give them a marked bill. And at the end of the day, we'd follow them back. And when we go to get in their Lincoln Continental or Cadillac or BMW or Mercedes, swoop down on, because they give the people in need a bad name. And the thing, and so they, they say, well, you can't prove it. And they pull out all the wad of money out. And here's the marked bill. Boom. And so, yeah, we got rid of a lot of them, but there are still a lot of them. Some dressed up really grubby and are out there. And lost job last week, need money to buy groceries. We'll accept food donations. And, so, get some of those guys out there. And they say food donations, generally they, leave them alone, because people would give them money. You would give them food donations, give them gift cards to McDonald's, whatever else. But if they're, they would check them out to make sure that, because if they look grubby, but they're clean shaven and they smell pretty, and it's kind of like, okay, something's wrong here. And so they would check them out, because they also give the people that are really in need a bad name. And where did I see it? I saw the $. Where did it jump? Okay. A hand up doesn't mean dollars. Yeah. And sometimes it's just, they just need a hand up it could be a dozen different ways. They could be needing a place to stay so they can get their life back in order to get get themselves in order. Because I knew a couple of people that were homeless that had full-time jobs. They'd gotten full-time jobs at either McDonald's or Walmart or Burger King or something. And so they're homeless, living out of their car, but they got a job and they're just saving money to get a cheap apartment. And so sometimes, you can hook someone like that. We'll try to hook them up with one of the local charities, Salvation Army, Catholic charities, whatever it is, so that they can, work with them. And because they have these charities have line on cheap, affordable housing where people are just getting back on their feet. Okay, just looking here. Yeah, I've seen that too. You watch people get dropped off in corners by someone in a nice car, go away, and then they come back and pick them up. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly. Hey, Mary Beth. How's it going? And so, and what's interesting is, in the wintertime, my wife will go pick up she'll make some gallon-sized Ziploc baggies, a couple pairs of socks, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, some of that stuff in there, and some gift cards for McDonald's where they can go, or Starbucks. Starbucks is expensive for the coffee, but McDonald's, they can either get coffee, they can get a hamburger, they can get something, and she'll have one or two of those in there, and out the window, there you go. So that's some of the things that, one of the ways, if you're going to give them that's kind of a handout, but it's also a handout. You're giving them stuff to clean themselves up. Good socks, and some stuff so they can go do something. Grocery gift cards. And you want to make sure when you're doing the grocery gift cards, check for the store you're getting it from. Make sure that it cannot be redeemed for alcohol. Beer, wine, hard liquor, any of it, that they can't redeem it on alcohol. Because sometimes by limiting them to being able to only get food, you're actually giving them a hand up. You're making them get food, get themselves better. Hey, LG, how's it going? So let me throw this down in here one more time in case anybody wants to come up and talk. Sometimes it's easier to talk than it is to type it in. So, now I know some people have said when I've talked about this other times and stuff, they go, how can you not give someone you're supposed to charity and give it to them? Do you know what they're actually doing with that? No. So I'm not just going to give them a handout, because that may be, you're just giving them money. They may be going around buying their beer, buying their drugs, whatever it is, and you're basically keeping them in that situation. You give them food, you give them clothing, you give them hygiene stuff, toothpaste, toothbrush, stuff, You give them an opportunity for them to clean themselves up and try to get moving on the way. Hey, Prepping with Sarge. Good to see you in here. Thanks for stopping by. And so the anything you do to elevate a person, helps move them along the journey. As Hugh Jackman says here, hand up, not a handout, is the way forward. That's the way to move these people forward that want to be moved forward. Unfortunately, there are a few that don't want to move forward. They just want to exist there in the spot they're in. And when I find out a specific person is one of those people, if they refuse to hand up, sorry, empty hand, sorry, I'm not giving you any money. Yeah. Who was it that was talking about that? They were driving around. It was just happened the other day on one of the live streams. They talked about it here, where they were there. She was there with their child, and was it Courtney? there and someone came walking towards them, and they gave him the resting bee face, and then it started the car up, and and for the person veered away. And some saying, and oh, Kaylee gave me a great idea here, or brought back an idea. If you have a large food storage and some of the cans are getting to their best use by date, and you don't want to hang on to them, Guardian Prepping, yay! Hey, new member here. Woo! Everybody, all members, give them an emoji salute. Start throwing out those emojis. And so you have some cans that are getting to the end of their best use by date, and you don't want to, because I have some that are, a year and a half past their best use by date. They still taste just fine. They're just as good. And we, but I'll use them. But some people won't. Some people throw them away. Don't throw them away unless the can is bulging and threatening. If it's still good, solid, and it's not to its best use by date, and you want to get rid of it, there's plenty of ways to get rid of it. You make a little bag up, and you stop by these people that are panhandling. Here's some food. Give them food. So there's a lot of ways to elevate a person, rather than just giving them money. Because money, you have no idea where that money's going. If they're really hungry, the food will be much appreciated. All right. All right. Anybody have any other ideas, thoughts? Totally disagree with me? Put it in the side chat. There's the link again. So, yeah, because on this, I like to hear other people's thoughts on this about how to help people. And sometimes okay, I'm going to touch on a very sensitive topic here with this. Back when the Equal Rights Amendment was passed, the sitting president, who was trying everything in his power to stop it, the demon rat he was, said, fine. Once it passed, he says, fine, we will use this to enslave them a different way. And that's on the record. That's in the notes and everything else. And he actually said that. And of course, the party's trying to hide that, keep everybody from finding that. So, the welfare system, in my mind, was designed to enslave, quote, and not my words, the lower classes. I hate the terms of class systems, but to enslave those who aren't energetic enough to go out and become self-sustainable themselves. And we're talking about some cooking there. Thanks, Gear. Thanks, Prepping with Sarge. Yeah, we got. All right, we've had some people step out, so we've got more watching than more thumbs up than currently watching. But still, pound the thumbs up, please. Yeah. And if you know a place is hiring, and they're really looking for some people, and they're willing to train people and work with them, If someone says, I just lost my job, stop and talk to them. Find out what they used to do. Oh, this company over here is hiring right now. Do you want to ride over there? Because sometimes that's all they need. They need to get to the place where they can, talk to them. Unfortunately, now with so many companies doing everything online, yeah, it's the online process is really impersonal, and a lot of good people fall through the cracks on that. Yeah, for laughs and giggles, I'm retired, so I went and applied down here at Domino's, and I've worked pizza before, and I've done all this stuff, and I put it all in there, and it's like never going to call back from them. Maybe I was too overqualified for them. Yeah, and that's the problem. Some of the tragedies they create are in the guise of helping people. And so they're, not a hand up, it's a hand out to keep them locked into that segment of society. Yeah. So if you're going to donate something, make sure it's not past its best use by date. Yeah. So. Yeah, a lot of temp agencies are doing a lot more stuff online. It gets harder for people that don't have a computer, that don't have an internet connection, to get on there and do it. Yeah. So there's a lot of things you can do to help people out. Now, oh, thank you, Ginger Ninja, super sticker. Woo, woo, woo. Everybody, give Ginger Ninja an emoji salute from the membership roles there. Yeah, my wife worked at was a No Name Pizza, and then she was working for Little Caesars when they first started up in where we lived in California, and I worked for Straw Hat Pizza one winter when things was really slow in construction. So I worked there, but we actually at the Straw Hat, the new man, it was a new manager there for just opening a brand new store. Went and hired this homeless guy, and he worked out pretty good for about 2 months, and then the guy stopped taking his meds and went off the deep end. All he was doing was mopping floors, cleaning up, running the pans through the automatic dishwasher, and so. Yeah, he went a little bit sideways on us, and they had to let him go. Hey, Brother Donnie, it's Prepped for Eternity, Homestead. Yeah, so I'm a firm believer that you try to help the people up. Don't just keep them in their rut by giving them money and allowing them to go spend it whichever way they want. Because some of these people, will give into the temptation to buy alcohol, to go buy their drugs, to buy the junk foods, and not take care of themselves. Hey, Swafford Homestead, how's it going? And if I missed anybody else in here that's popped in, say hi again. Get my attention. So, but yeah, now we are coming in. We're just starting fall, but we have Thanksgiving coming up. We have Christmas, New Year's coming up. The season of giving. Don't let your giving keep somebody in their rut. Try to give them a helping hand up. Hey, what the flock? How's it going? So. Yeah, and you're right, Kaylin. That's part of the problem. That some of those people they're not only necessarily dumpsters, but they'll go by like the gas stations and stuff and go through the trash cans and clean out all the bottles and cans and stuff so they can get money for their vices as well. Oh, Canadian Thanksgiving's coming up this month. Hey, Gray 1107, how's it going? So, it's one of those things that, to some people, it's hard to make, say, well, I can't discern whether they're going to spend it on alcohol or they're going to spend it on drugs or whether they're actually going to go out and buy food and do stuff. Well, hey, that's where you can take it out of their hand and, you can give them. If you want to give them a gift card to McDonald's, well, they don't sell drugs or alcohol at McDonald's. You can give them a gift bag. Have bags made up with pairs of socks, toothpaste, toothbrush. I mentioned this earlier, and food, whatever else, and have one of those to give out to them if that's what you want to do. That way, you're giving them something that's going to help them look better and everything else. And if there's one you see at the same corner all the time, stop or block away or whatever. You don't want to get close. I just walk by him and just strike up a conversation with him. Find out a little about him and find out, if he's actually looking for a job. There are, like I said, there's the different agencies. Salvation Army does employment. The LDS Church has employment centers. Catholic Charities has employment centers. And we got, where is it here? CA Liking 916. How's it going? Robert, Homestead Aquarius. Hey, welcome. And so there are a lot of things you can do to be a helping hand up, not just a hand out. Get these people moving on the way. So once again, I'm going to show what Hugh Jackson's been going around saying. Giving people a hand up, not a handout, is the way forward. Move these people forward out of their situation into a better life. That's the other thing. If you grow a lot of food and you have excess food that you're not canning and you're just giving stuff away, bag it up and give it to these people. If it's tomatoes, zucchini, green beans, corn, whatever it is you're growing that you have extra of that you're not going to be canning yourself, give it to some of them. You'll find out really quickly who's interested in having food and who wants money for a drink. All right, Alicia, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. All righty. So anybody else have any ideas of ways you can give a person a helping hand up rather than a hand out? Go ahead and fire it into the side chat there. Let me check my other computer here. All righty. Okay, everyone's saying hi. All right. Yeah. And some people are saying, well, you can't judge these people. The Lord says, judge not that ye be not judged. Fine, don't judge them. If they're out there and they're saying, hungry, whatever, give them food. They said they're hungry. You're not judging them. They said they're wanting food. Give them food. It says that sometimes if you walk around and you see someone there at the same corner all the time, stripe it. Get yourself a couple of gift cards. Strike up a conversation. Give them a gift card. Find out what they really need, and you make that person your pet project for this year by Christmas time. All right. Yeah, and we're getting into winter time, so hand warm gloves. If you're in an area where it rains and stuff, and they're still out and about, a raincoat. If they don't have a raincoat, you can pick up a raincoat at Ace Hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. You give them a raincoat, an umbrella. Anything to help keep them dry, keep them warm. Harbor Freight, the wool blankets at Harbor Freight, the moving blankets at Harbor Freight. Keep they can use those as well to keep warm, and those go on sale. It's like where did I put it? Right up here. This weekend, Harbor Freight was giving away no purchase necessary. You go in with a coupon and you get, let me get it down here, a free flashlight. Last week they had these on sale for 86 cents. If price fluctuates anywhere from that up to the $5.99 is our normal price, which is not that often. It's at $5.99, but I've seen these at $1.99, $1.50, and 86 cents, or free. And sometimes they'll have a coupon in the ads that says, free with a purchase of anything in the store, anything. So, I mean, this is something you can help one of those people out. Yeah, socks, emergency blankets, and if you're in a cold climate and you have a Costco membership, Costco has the 6-pack of the wool socks. That could really help a family out. Let's see. I guess, Brenda has to go. See you later, Duncan 1900. Hey, Christy Betts, how's it going? So, thanks, LG. I mean, there's times we just all need to be reminded of this. I do this topic probably every other year on a live stream, just to put it back out there. The thing most homeless shelters ask for is socks. Now, do the homeless shelters also ask for shoes? Because some people they can have a pair of work boots or something that's still a lot of life in it, but they get rid of it because they can't get a good shine on it. Hey. Oh yeah, the wool blankets. I don't have them here. We got two on our bed. We got a gray one and a red one. Both got from Harbor Freight. Of course, Harbor Freight is no longer carrying the Mylar blankets either. The emergency blankets. I'm gonna be doing a video on it because I got a 6-pack for my indoor garden experiment to wrap it to get the light back to it. But here, let me get this up here. This is what I picked up on Amazon. Orders. Bring it down here. Did it arrived? There it is. Come on, kick it up here. All right, here we go. So on Amazon, this was under $8 for 8 blankets. That's $1 a blanket. And where's the size on these? They're decent. I've already opened some of them up, and they're say on the size blankets, no, but yeah, they're decent sized blankets. So, but only $8. You'd be surprised that how warm one of these can help someone stay. Yeah, actually, let me check something out for you. Hang on one second here. I'm going to flip here. Costco. Big box store. Costco.com. Wool socks. Ooh, they got a wool Pendleton's blend jacket. Okay, There it is, right there. All right, this is the socks I was talking about at up there. All right, the price has gone up. They're now $23, but size is 7 to 13 is what they fit. You get 6 pairs of socks. This is the thinner, more dress ones, but they're wool socks. But they have the other ones that are also merino wool that are basically all the same and a little bit thicker and stuff. Let me see here. They got the weatherproof socks there. Yeah, you can check around, do some research, find stuff, and you'd be surprised that you can find it's cheap that you can give a person a helping hand with. Let's see. Do Mylar. It depends. If you have something sharp and you'll poke a hole in it and it'll start tearing. And for camping stuff, the best way to use a Mylar blanket is between two others. Like if you got your sleeping bag, you open it up, you lay the Mylar blanket down. If you have a wool blanket, you lay that down as well. Fold it back over, zip it up, and crawl in between the wool blanket, and that way you have the Mylar blanket wrapping around you. True. And Costco also has was it a 6-pack or was it the 10-pack of the cotton crew socks, and those are pretty decent as well too. And they're not as expensive as the wool socks were. Yeah, that's the thing. Socks wear out quick, and when they're not no socks, they get blisters, and blisters, can get pop or tear off, and they can get infections and stuff from that as well. All right, folks, we're getting close to the top of the hour. Any final words anybody out there wants to add? Words of advice. All right. So while people are thinking about that, so tomorrow night on my Gray Man Prepping, that's Gray with an A. Gray Man Prepping is the Tactical Tuesday, and the topic for tomorrow night is map your neighborhood and beyond. And we're going to be talking about mapping all the stuff in your neighborhood that and going out. If you have to leave your area and get out, and say it's like a major earthquake hit or a tornado's gone through, taking out bridges and stuff, or power lines are down, you can't drive out, but you need to get out of the area to get over to Uncle Bob's or Aunt Julie's house or whatever. Map the area, map routes, map bike trails, all this stuff we're going to be talking about tomorrow night and going into a lot more depth on it. So that's what the topic is going to be tomorrow night on Gray Man Prepping. And if you hang on a second here, bring it up here and let me throw that in here. And it's going to come from Gray Man. There is the link to Gray Man Prepping. And so, it'll be tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Eastern, 8 Mountain, 7 Pacific, 9 Central. So that's what's on for Gray Man Prepping tomorrow night. Then later on this week, on Thursday night, on Gray Man Prepping as well, starting at 11:55 Eastern Time, is the Midnight Ride, and it's an open chat. We get several people up, we talk about stuff, and wherever the side chat or other guys ladies on the panel want to take it, that's where we go, and we talk about stuff. For a while there, we did about 4 weeks, it always steered to gardening. And we talked about gardening. This last time we were talking about, Hurricane Ian and things people can do to get ready for it. And so, hey, Crystal Mariner. So that's some of the things that we talk about on the Midnight Ride. And then I froze again. Then on Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, back here on Camppatton Family Compound, we're going to do the pre-party show from 10 o'clock Eastern till 11 o'clock Eastern. Take a short break, and then Fishes and Loaves Lives will have Friday, and that's where the party is, and she picks that up at 11:30 Eastern time. So, and then of course there's a bunch of others going on, and like I said, I'm going to try to get a couple of videos out this week for the members only, as well as for everybody else. So look forward to it, and everyone, remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps, water, food, medicine, clothing, whatever it is you need. And remember, you can always add more skills so you can do more stuff. All righty. See you around, and we will see you tomorrow night on Gray Man Prepping.